I love that Kirk Jackson.
All right.
Wheel of Fortune? No.
Did really well yesterday, I thought, for first edition of Quiz.
Yeah, I missed Kurt Ford.
Kurt Ford. Kurt Ford.
Where'd you pull that one out of?
Learned a lot about Kurt Ford yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
Kurt Ford, Tim Wallach.
Tim Wallach's my man.
Tim Wallach. I have a newfound respect, or I didn't even know who the guy was, so completely, not newfound, just a total original new respect for Tim Wallach, third baseman from the Montreal Expos. Hardest out for Dibbs. One of the hardest top 10 outs for Dibbs. And one of the 17 guys that hit 27 guys that hit a home run off Dibbs. And, well, here's what you should applaud for. Dibbs got his bat.
I got his bat. I stole it from him. No, he signed it for me.
That should be a thing for pitchers. Like if a pitcher gets a home run hit, you run to the batter's box, grab the bat, and throw it towards your
I get the bat. Yep.
Mine now. That's what you get. So just like yesterday, we're in the 1990 score set from young John Ashmead, still working through there, and we got a long way to go in that set. And it is color coordinated, and that kind of helps me because it lets me pick different cards out of the stack. I've been doing this blindly and just kind of reaching in like a cutting the deck and seeing where it lands. And you wouldn't believe it. I pulled up the red stack or the red part of this 1990 score set. First card staring me in the face. This is from the pile of guys I know of in the red. I have, just like yesterday, a pile of guys I know of and a pile of guys I have don't know much about, I would say. I've heard some names, but I don't know much about. And the first one, Dibbs, that just jumped right out of the box into my hand, staring me in the face with just a great pitch. What do we say? This pitch face. You know how when you guys are you get your picture in the baseball card, you're like right in the middle, the top of your delivery, and you got the pitch face going on like Rrr. This pitch face on this young cat is one of the best that I have seen. And I was wondering if the series in Cincinnati was honoring this guy since it was Seattle versus Cincinnati. But I couldn't believe this tall lefty, blonde curls, jumped right out of the box and into my hand.
Randy Johnson.
Not Randy Johnson.
Norm Charlton.
There you go. Yes, the other Mariner / Red.
Okay, so that's a fake perm that he got. So
fake?
Okay, so that's a different.
How can you fake a perm?
Oh my God, we used to get perms because we had to shorten our hair in order to wear it.
That's
oh my God.
Real deal perm. How is it fake?
Well, it's not fake, but it's not like he had curly blonde locks.
It was working though, baby.
Oh my God, yeah, we were so pathetic back in the day.
Yeah, this is a great. I wish you could see it, just because you could see the pitch.
I've seen it. Listen, I get them all the time. People will send me the nasty boys, and hey, could you get that guy to sign them? Well, next time I see him, I guess I could ask him. But no, he's the best, man. He's got some crazy pictures out there too. His leg, he had that high leg kick too.
Yeah,
but he tucked his, but he still brought it up under his chin.
It did not illustrate that in the picture. This picture was illustrating just the snarl that Norm threw with.
Oh, he's an evil one from Texas, but he's a great dude.
He is evil. Okay, sticking with the pile of guys that I know of, and this is one of my favorite baseball players, and I know he had time in San Diego. I fell in love with him as an Atlanta Brave, but this first baseman card of 1990
Fred McGriff
has him as a Blue Jay, and it is Fred McGriff.
The crime dog. I roomed with his cousin, Terry McGriff.
Toronto had him for a little while. Toronto started out with him 86 through 89. Fred McGriff is a Blue Jay. And
correct me if I'm wrong. I think Joe Carter and Robbie Alomar got traded for him.
I'm not sure, but that sounds like the time frame that would have happened.
What year would it have been the Imansky commercial?
91, something around there.
Yeah, Tom Imansky, yeah. And, whoa. Now that you say that, Kurt,
Tom Imansky.
That commercial makes a little bit more sense with this baseball.
Because he's a Blue Jay.
And he's wearing the blue
trucker hat.
Yeah.
But back then, you couldn't go over the trademark and wear a Blue Jay.
He just wore something blue.
Oh, my God. gosh, yeah, man. So
You wore a truck driver hat.
he didn't really have many at-bats his 86 year. It was just a cup of coffee. And then he gets to 295 at-bats and is banging out 20 home runs. Then they double that, and he doubles his home runs. In 88, he hit 34. In 89, he hits 36. And then he's off and running.
Go back, do some homework on another time. 86, 87, right around there, you had oh my God, Tony Fernandez. You had Jesse Barfield. You had George Bell. You had McGriff. You had Glenn Allen Hill.
Oh, God.
You had the most amazing lineup. And now you're trying to make a team in spring training. And we would play the Blue Jays 2-3 times a week because they're in Dunedin, which is about 30-minute drive from Tampa.
Right.
And it was just absolute murderer's row. Then they added Paul Molitor.
Yeah.
And it was just are you serious? There wasn't one easy out in that lineup, and some of those guys, honestly, were just ridiculously talented.
This is the last one in the easy pile, I'll call it, and this is a guy that I don't know much about. I knew him more as a Cub, but the card I'm holding, he is an Atlanta Brave. He is a catcher, right-handed batter in this one. Oh man, and he's from Georgia, so I'm sure when he went to the Braves, he was probably happy about that, and I'm sure that he was happy about that because his career completely fell off. I'm just looking at his stats in the back of the card. For the Cubs, this catcher was hitting right around 250, 230. Your normal catcher.
I'm just gonna take a stat. Is it Jody Davis?
Correct.
Oh my God,
There's no way.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Did you even know him as a Brave, or did you know him more as a
I
Cub?
knew him as a Cub.
Yeah.
I don't remember him as a Brave.
Yeah, he platooned on the plate. I don't think he caught much. I just think he was in the lineup, and then they threw him in for some pitch at bats. Maybe caught a couple of times for some of those big dog pitchers, but
I love Jody Davis.
Gold Glover in
He's a good
86.
dude.
Well, you needed guys like that when you did double switches back then.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
Kurt
good.
is correct because the lousy hitters hit eighth, and they were usually catchers.
Great point.
And so you'd pinch hit, in that hole, and then you'd put the pitcher in there the next inning, so you'd have to go all the way through the lineup to get to the 8 hole and then switch pitchers.
All right, that was the easy stuff. Let's
great.
Switch over to the hard stuff.
What the heck?
I love this guy's name, and I only knew him from his name. He was a Giants pitcher, lefty. Doesn't have much of a pitcher face, honestly. Looks like just the nicest dude ever. California kid, played for the Giants back in 81 is when he got his start, all through the 80s. He was
Craig Lefferts?
no.
Dave Gervecki?
Left-hander.
I know, those guys are both lefties.
Weird name.
Oh, my God, I know who you're talking about. Did he pitch? Did he give it up in an All-Star game? I think he gave up the home run. Oh, God, I know who this is. Does he have black hair?
Does have black hair.
Oh, I can't think
God,
of
he
his...
kind of looks just like Tin Lincecum, especially
Yes, he does.
Oh, my gosh.
I think he's part Indian, too, because that's his name.
You are on it, man. You are on it.
I can't
all around it.
I can't remember it, but it's going to smack me in the face when you tell me his name. Go ahead.
Atlee Hammaker.
Atlee Hammaker.
Atlee
yes.
Hammaker.
Yep. Yeah, Atlee gives up. It's either a World Series home run or an All-Star Game home run that's really famous. I can't remember. I think it's an All-Star Game home run.
Yeah,
that guy had great stuff.
I was just gonna say he has pretty decent numbers all the way through the 80s.
Yep.
Man. Like a guy they really relied on, made a lot of
and a
starts.
great name.
Great name.
Hammaker Schlammaker.
Schlammaker. Okay, let's see how you do with these guys. I don't know much about. Now let's go back to the Expos crew, and we've been talking a lot of Expos, especially in the quiz, the Dibbs in the 1990 cards. This is the end of their run. Now this guy, his name, it's pretty disgusting. He was a Philly before he was an Expo. He pitched for the Phillies, right-hander, not much of a pitch face, more of just he had a big, thick mustache that hid his pitch face. You didn't know what this guy was.
Kevin Gross?
How do you do it? How do you do it?
Well, you said it was a disgusting name or a gross name or
Yeah,
something.
you picked up the clue on that
Yeah,
one.
I picked it. I'm starting to get you, my friend.
Kevin Gross.
You gave me a clue. Kevin Gross. And let me tell you something about Kevin Gross. Oh, I got some good stories. Fight between the Expos and the Dodgers. He's got I think he's got Gary Carter, and he's got him by the shoulder. And this guy was a karate guy, Kevin Gross.
No way.
Yeah, so he's got some kind of like Vulcan grip on him, and Gary's like, "Hey, it's Gary, and he's about ready to kill him, and he like snapped out of whatever crazy he was in. So there's another famous story though. So he got, I don't want to get him in trouble, but he got a reporter alone in a room in Philly and beat the tar out of him.
Really?
Yep. Absolutely.
He does look like the white guy with the mustache in Bruce Lee movies. You know which one I'm talking about?
He's more like a Western outlaw that you don't want to cross.
Really? That knows karate?
Oh, God, yeah.
Western
Honestly,
outlaw that knows karate.
I love him. I've got his number. I'm just afraid to call him.
I love that.
Dude, there's certain people that you're just like, yeah, I respect that guy, and I know he could kill me, so I'm not going to call him.
I love it. All right, I think you know this guy as well. Now, I know of this name. I think I may have been actually at a Cubs game where he was pitching. He was a Cardinal, right-handed Cardinal. Another great mustache for this guy. Now, he played for the Pirates. Then he went to the White Sox. Then he became a Cardinal 88, 89. Started a bunch of games for him in 89. Actually, one of their better pitchers at 16 and 12. Hovers around a 3-point-something ERA for his entire career. Throws a handful of complete games, too. 5 complete games in 1989. Big boy, too. Number 48 for the St. Louis Cardinals, right-handed pitcher.
Oh, my God.
He is from the
Jose De Leon.
Oh.
I had to go through the roster. I mean, you've got Todd Worrell, who's got a mustache. I was trying to think, so I just threw that out there.
Great mustache on Jose De Leon. He's a big boy.
He used to always have a lot of gold chains too.
Love it. He is a 6'3". They got him listed at 211. No way. There is no way this guy's 211.
No, he was 250.
Yeah.
There's no way he was 211. We used to go out and see him. That was my favorite place to play, by the way, St. Louis. So you'd go to the Adams Mark Hotel, and half their team was in there and half our team, and it was a party every time.
He had 208 strikeouts in 1988.
He had filthy stuff, sinker, forkball.
Yeah.
He would work our guys. Our guys hated him.
Really?
Yeah. There was a guy before that. Oh, Joaquin Andujar. That's what was stuck in my head.
I remember him. I kind of learned about him from the 85 World Series, right?
Yeah,
is that Royals?
Yep.
Royals
versus the Cardinals. Joaquin was my man growing up. I loved that dude. And then I was in the minor leagues. That guy was crazy. People used to always say, "You remind me of Joaquin Andujar." I'm like, really? I'm like, he's nuts.
Really? Awesome.
Yeah.
High honor.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. People were scared to death. That's the whole thing. You know me. I'm a teddy bear, but you want people to have the perception, you better stay away from that guy.
Yes.
He's nuts.
Yeah, don't dig in.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And so that helps to get that reputation in the minor leagues and carry it up to the big leagues.
We got room for one more, Kurt. All right, one more, Kurt says. Now, this California cat got to pitch for one of his teams, the Los Angeles Angels. Right-handed pitcher, big number 39 on the mound. Not a strong mustache, but a mustache nonetheless. All through the 80s, he was with the Angels. It's kind of fallen off a little bit in 1989, but he was a 15-win pitcher from 84 to 1988. Big guy, 6'7". Wow, 6'7". I don't know if he has any brothers that played in the major leagues, but his last name kind of reminds me of some other guys that have been. It's kind of a
6'7",
common last name in Major League Baseball. Just Major League Baseball, though. I don't know any other last names in any other sports from this.
I'm at a loss.
Made history in 1985 when he became only the 13th player to pitch a perfect game, beating the Rangers 1-0.
Oh, my goodness. Witt? Mike Witt?
Wow. Mike Witt, man. Mike Witt. And it doesn't like his
He's
throwing.
skinny. He's tall and
Very
skinny.
It looks like his throwing motion, he uses no legs. Like he just stands up there and throws with his arms and his shoulders.
The perfect game, I kind of remember him having like a great game like that. But yeah, he was decent.
Dude,
that guy was definitely not like the ace of the staff. That's why it was.
He was the inning eater, though. Like, okay, 84, 9 complete games, 246, 250 innings, 6 complete games. 1986, 14 complete games, 269 innings. He threw 10, 12 complete games, over 10 complete games 3 years in a row from 86 to 88. Mike Witt.
Yeah, no, he was solid. That's what guys
man.
used to do. Like, listen, Rick Rhoden, Rick Rushell, guys like that, they always were solid, middle of the lineup, middle rotation, over 200 innings a year.
Yep.
And, I mean, you can look it up. Charlie Leibrandt, Jimmy Key, a lot of you don't win without guys like that. You know, Dave Steve, my God, Dave Steve was always fantastic up in Toronto. But you wouldn't recognize them after you go to the next because they weren't flashy. You know, I mean, I know Dennis Martinez, but I that dude, you talk about a pitcher. That guy was a pitcher because he couldn't blow it by you.
He was 4'11". He was like the smallest guy ever.
He was very small, but he's an awesome guy.
Oh yeah,
awesome
job
dude.
well done, man.
Thank
Impressed. You. We are all impressed here.
I don't know how I pulled Mike Witt out. When you said common name, so again, the first thing that hit me was Johnson.
I know.
I'm like, what Johnson played for the Angels back then?
I mean, we're going to have to find Atlee Hammaker, but other than that, man, I think we're good with all these guys. I would say for the week, an A-. You got room to improve. Right?
That's the best first time I've had an A in 35 years.
All right.
40 years. All right. Oh, God. That was tough, man. You pulled some tough cards today. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back on the Rob Dibble Show with Ben Darnell. Let's do some draft chats as everybody's got their mock chats out there. So, draft chat next.